Does it look good?
Yeah. All right. Good morning, guys. How are you guys doing?
Come on, Cub. Cub's kind of hiding.
So, what do we have this morning, Dad?
So what you guys don't know is your surprise, your taste test, is this Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Mango Monster or Mellow Monster or whatever it is.
Major melon. Melon.
Yeah, Major Melon.
Okay.
Trying to get it in the camera there.
I think
Zero Mountain,
I think we
Mountain
may
Dew
have.
Zero Sugar. I saw it. I think Cubs already had it, but huh? You guys have already tried this one? Oh,
Mhm.
you want to take one into Pete? Tall one. There you go, Pete. Here's one coming.
All right.
Coach says we already tried this one on live.
I think so.
Oh well.
Okay.
Hey, this will give you the pep you need there, Cub. Ready? Cheers. Yep, not a fan. I remember that now. Ooh. Okay.
It's okay. It tastes like gummy worms.
It reminds me of that watermelon bubble gum. That
Mhm.
the
Bubble
flavor
gum.
you get, then it goes away. Yeah. 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 Not a fan.
It looks like double bubble.
All right. So we have biscuits and gravy. Is what we're going to try to do today.
Okay.
Cubs didn't want to do a challenge. We had a really late night last night, so we're just going to throw in some biscuits and gravy. Cub wants to do the biscuits on the E series, so she's going to go ahead and preheat that to 400.
All right.
I got this King Arthur's gluten-free
Okay.
all-purpose baking mix. We're going to try.
All right. First person in this morning. Good morning, Pickles. He said morning, Bears. Good morning.
We're up. We had a late night last night, Unc, and Cubs are kind of really dragging this morning.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said my Cubs do food to me.
No, they had quite the time getting off the couch.
Yeah.
Had some little car trouble last night, and
A little?
yep, had some car trouble last night, and took about almost 6 hours to get a tow. About 5 hours.
6.
Get a tow truck, and 2 tow trucks canceled on us, and finally the policeman went ahead and called them up and took care of us. I was really bummed because I was on my way to make some brownies. And
I'll make you brownies today.
so anyway, I was on my way to make brownies, and I got the call. So yep, it could have been worse. That's true, Cup. So
everyone was okay. Everyone was safe.
Pickle said, "Ouch, that's not a fun night."
No, and I think they can go into more detail, but I think it's a thermostat from what she was saying, because she said the car just shut off, and when I got there, the engine was smoking hot. Like the hood has a gas shock that hold the hood up, and the gas shock, the seal was gone. So when he lifted it up, it was just hissing. So I think it was a thermostat, but we're going to look into it today because after 2.5 hours, it didn't cool down at all last night. So hopefully overnight it did. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet this morning.
Good news though. Yesterday, before the car trouble, me and Pete, we went to go get our. Peggy got her prom earrings, and I got my favorite teacher her bracelets as an appreciation of how much she's helped me this year. And we might be able to get those to her today, and she's excited.
Maybe.
So
this King Arthur's gluten-free mix calls for 2.5 cups of the mix, 2 eggs, and a cup of milk.
That was a nice crack.
Like that?
Pickle said, "Sounds about right. I had the same problem once." Yeah, it just kind of happened out of the blue though, so I don't know.
That's what it made me think of it, because I've had that happen to another car. And I mean, that was years and years and years ago, but quite a few years ago. So yeah. So I don't know. That's what we're thinking it is. Now it calls for a cup of heavy cream, but I've got almond milk, so that's what we're using.
But it was a long night, but it actually was kind of fun. I got to spend time with Dad, which I didn't get to do throughout the whole week. So.
Yep. Yeah.
But the day before, or not day before that, we had a pretty good day. We went with the youth group and went down to Ebenezer Park down in Rock Hill.
Hey, it was the same day as the car broke down.
Yeah. And so we swam in that lake, and it was pretty nice. Then we played basketball and volleyball. I made this really good shot off like the side. Just gonna say that. The one side of the game is pretty good.
Mainly, you made friends.
I did make friends.
I made friends too.
So how was your week, Dad?
Wow, it went by quick. It was Wednesday night, and I thought it was Friday night. So it was kind of one of those. Yeah. Working 12s all week, so that's kind of a bummer. But making
my way downtown.
Yep. I got to have a really nice date with the wife last night, which was before the we'll call it the incident, the breakdown. But yeah, we went to this new taco spot downtown and got some like really awesome tacos. It's kind of a fusion, so they had like pulled pork, like barbecue pulled pork carnitas, tacos. They had some Korean beef, kimchi stuff. Wife got some like really awesome shrimp tacos, and I got this one veggie one that was like really, 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 really good.
That's good.
Yep. So I got my biscuit dough made up. Slide that over.
And for who doesn't know, Dad just learned how to make biscuits by scratch, and he's been making them nonstop. He's very excited.
Yes. So, you know, the kids give me all kinds of static about it, but the my dough phobia, they laugh at me about it. So we 2 weekends ago, I made biscuits from scratch. They were okay. They weren't the greatest. They turned out more like a shortbread. So anyway, we got into playing around with it, and made another batch yesterday, and they turned out a whole lot better. Man, they were good. So my confidence is coming back. coming into it. So I've gotten some pointers. I'm still watching like lots and lots of videos on it.
Mhm.
So we're gonna see what happens. I know the thing says to roll it out to about 3/4 inch on this one, but I don't know. Yesterday I just kind of patted it out,
Yeah.
and it seemed to work out okay.
Okay. Well, Pickles
This
said
one,
yum.
the dough's a little stickier,
Mhm.
so I could probably use a little more flour, but I don't know. You want to give me a little tablespoon there and shake it on here?
Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline said Papa Bear and Cub Pete. Good morning all. Good morning.
Steven, my brother, what's up, bud?
Frat Daddy Barbecue joined in and said, what are we making this morning? We are making biscuits
That's my
and
brother
gravy.
Jared. That's my brother Jared. He's over in Texas.
Mhm.
We're doing biscuits and gravy. I got this King Arthur gluten-free all-purpose baking mix. So it's like a Biscuit. We're trying it out. Just shake a little bit on there. I don't need a whole lot. Trying to get over my I'm getting over my dough phobia. That's good. And trying to make some biscuits.
Megan Hyde said good morning, y'all. Good morning. Megan Hyde.
Hey, how are you? Miss Megan, how is things down in Charleston? All right. So now I'm gonna take. I don't have a biscuit cutter. I don't know whatever happened to my grandmother's biscuit cutter. So I do what I do. Soup can. Had the bottom cut out of it. So I'm just gonna use a soup can.
Whoa, when did you get that?
Pickles said baking stuff like biscuits and bread is fun. It is a lot of fun. I bake a lot, but Dad doesn't like touching dough.
Dad doesn't like to measure.
And he doesn't like to measure, so he's
Is your E-series heated up?
Yep.
better at cooking. We'll say that.
Cub wants to cook these biscuits on the E-series.
Yeah, we're cooking the biscuits on an ear series, Blackstone. So this is going to be an.
Everything that I said says when you push down, don't twist. So I'm trying not to.
That's good, Dad. That's good. Frat Daddy Barbecue said sausage gravy or bacon gravy. I believe we're doing sausage gravy.
Yep, this one's kind of falling. This one's stuck to the bottom a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to drop this on the E-series.
All right.
No sizzle, so that's okay. Because there's no fat. The only fat is inside the biscuit. Am I blocking the view?
Yes.
A little bit.
Okay, I'm sorry. Oops.
All right. Pickle said, I agree. Measuring is a pain, but it's worth it. Yes, it is very worth it. I am not great at measuring, but when I need to, and I like really do try.
Yeah, but we're not doing donuts. You can always make more.
Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline said, I'm your dad's twin brother. I don't like handling dough or measuring either.
That's right. Measuring stinks, man. That's why I don't bake.
Mr. Cast Iron joined in. Good morning. He said, morning, everyone.
Mike, my brother, how are you?
Megan.
Now, Mike had said something to me about using baking grease in my dough. Now, I'm going to. Just so happens, yesterday I did the butter, and that turned out awesome. So what I'm going to do is I've got bacon grease in the
It's reading food.
yeah in the freezer. I'm going to try to shred it and use that instead of butter next week.
So, Megan Hyde, she said that her week it's been pretty good over where she's at. She's getting ready for church this morning. How are things with us?
Oh,
We've been pretty
nonstop.
busy. Yeah. Ran into car trouble last night. My first kind of bit of car trouble. But my parents said I handled the situation pretty well, and it was good that they were where I was because I was in a big median, so everyone was safe. Started a new sport, softball, and I've been kind of just tired. Nolan,
Yeah, Matt knows all about softball.
what have you been up to, Nolan?
Nothing.
Well, what happened?
I got out of school, and I wait until the 14th to start my classes. I don't want to take over the summer.
Wow. Megan said, great job on the biscuits, by the way. Saw the picture on Facebook. Looked yummy. They were pretty good. They were just really thick once he got them good.
I did not just follow the shoe.
No?
No.
Yeah, I'm still working on them. They work in progress.
All right. Jared said that he likes making drop biscuits in the cast iron. I took biscuits and put them into kind of like donut holes and put those in the cast iron, and they were pretty good.
You're gonna have to make that again, Pete. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what Nolan just asked me. She said, "Can we do that again?" And I said, "Babe, we're not frying this morning. Donuts is a whole other video."
Mr. Cast Iron said, sound good. Can't wait to see those biscuits. Dad's been excited about these biscuits since he figured out about how easy they are to make.
Well, I'm a fat guy that likes biscuits.
You're just a guy who likes food.
So, and we've had this like little video with making biscuits. I remember my dad rolling out flour and stuff for he used to do apple dumplings, and I remember him rolling out biscuits and stuff like that for that. But yeah.
All right.
Well, he would make
Julie
the
Hilton said, good morning to you, Bears and Cubs. Good morning. How are you doing?
All right, so we're going to use my trusty favorite Smoky Mountains 2016 10-inch skillet. Absolutely.
So, on the bottom.
Jared said to tell Dad to get a reflective vest if you ever have to pull over on the side of the road to check your car out. Well, the only way I could go was in the median, so I put my hazards on, my parking brake, and I called Dad and was like, hey, I'm in a median, the car broke down. So he was able to help, and we had a lot of nice police officers come and check on us and help us out. So that was cool.
I'll take that. Here. Yeah, I got a high-vis vest that she needs to get into her car.
Megan said, oh man, sorry to hear about the car trouble, kiddo, but I'm glad y'all are okay. Yeah, it wasn't anything like, I didn't really freak out about anything. I was just kind of like, hey, this is what happened. Well, some people in the car were kind of freaking out.
It was kind of nice in the way of the fact that, because we were with 2 other people, and we were meeting with their mom to go get like pelicans. But it was nice that she
Tell them what pelicans is.
Pelicans is basically shaved ice.
Yes.
Basically. And so we called up their mom because we were hanging out at her house, and she stayed with us until we got a car like towed. It was nice to see that people like actually do that instead of just driving by or honking or yelling at you, because that also happened.
Yeah, they had quite a few people stop and see how things were going and say, hey, I've seen you here for a while, everything okay? You know, so that was kind of cool. There's still a little bit of humanity left in
the world.
Yeah.
Because right now it's on like this.
Miss Cast Iron, she joined in. Good morning. She said,
Mama
hello,
T.
I want some biscuits. Well, come on down.
Hey, check it out, Mama T.
Gluten-free bacon mix.
This is supposed to be like a Biscuit, but gluten-free. Because my wife had kind of got to tell me that, hey, now your new thing is making biscuits. Remember, we shouldn't be eating gluten. I was like, oh yeah, okay. So I used the last little bit of self-rising flour I had, and then I said, well, we're going to try this out and see what goes with it.
All right, Stephen Jacqueline said, looks like y'all be eating biscuits a lot, but that's a good thing. LOL. Well, Dad is obsessed with biscuits. Nolan really likes biscuits on certain occasions, like in the mornings or something. So, but they're pretty good. Tom's Food Factory joined in. He said, hey all, how are you doing? Good morning.
Skillet's nice and hot. Give it a little spritz of canola. Drop in the sausage.
I did not have a sizzle.
Megan said, pelican snowballs are so good. They are. They really are. So for those who don't have pelicans, it is it's shaved ice, and you can put like different syrups in it, different flavors.
I'm watching my biscuits.
Snow cone, or you can add ice cream in it. It's just a really cool little dessert summer eat. Miss Cast Iron said gluten free is so good. Your wife is a smart woman. Yes, she's very, very smart. Very, very smart.
Yeah, well, what we notice is when we have a lot of white starch, one, it takes my sugar up and it rises higher, and two, we just feel. You okay?
Yeah.
Two, we feel just kind of bloated. So we try to go gluten free when we can. Doesn't always happen. You know, it's so easy just to walk by and pick up a loaf of bread for sandwich stuff, and then you go for the cheap stuff, or you pick up the, you know, my nemesis other than biscuits is
brownies.
Well, yes, brownies. I love brownies, but soft tacos. I stop and pick up soft taco shells or street taco shells, and good night. That's all we eat until they're gone.
Jared said
peanut butter jelly.
Jared said that biscuits are a must for any breakfast.
Absolutely.
My goodness.
And he's in South Texas. He knows. Good Southern boys like their biscuits.
Okay, Dad. Okay.
I'm myself and trying to make the cake.
Ooh, nice. So let's put that out there. Bear Cub just said she's going to try to make a gluten-free cake.
Oh.
But not just one layer.
Two layer.
I will see how that goes.
Y'all heard that, so we got to hold her to it. Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Because I might be good. But I want to do it. It's not like bacon.
So, I had an interesting thing this week. A little bit of karma. So I got a cousin who's vegan, doesn't eat meat. You know, introduced me to the Beyond Sausage and Beyond Burgers and that stuff. So I texted his wife, my cousin, and said, "Hey, is it okay to use bacon grease when you're cooking a plant-based burger?" Well, kind of like just for giggles, you know. What I did is I pulled out my skillet, my cast iron skillet. I painted on my bacon grease. I dropped in those plant-based patties. Didn't even think about it. It was just like that's out of habit, you know. And then I kind of laughed because I thought of my cousin's husband. And well, a little bit of karma came up later on after that them plant-based burgers digested. I won't go into any more detail, but it was kind of a little bit of karma. I was making fun of it, and it ended up laughing at me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have shared that, but
Probably not. But you already did.
but that's karma. I'm just throwing it out there.
And you already remember the sentence. So you go.
For those who like energy drinks or like the Monsters, I drink every once in a while. I'll drink a Java Monster with the caffeine in it, the 300 milligrams of caffeine, just kind of like take me a little boost.
Ooh,
And
look that up. Take a look at those, Pete.
those are looking
Time to
good.
ride.
Yeah. The mocha one, if you like coffee, it tastes like chocolate milk. The French vanilla tastes like kind of like a frappuccino to me, which is really good. So I just want to hear your guys' thoughts, what you guys are thinking. Tom's Food Factory, he said the Beyond Burgers are actually pretty good, especially if you grill them. I can't tell a difference.
Yeah. My experience with them have been they remind me of a McDonald's burger.
Speaking of that.
But I haven't had a McDonald's burger in like 10 years.
Okay, speaking of that.
But that's what it reminds me of is my childhood when I used to get the Big Macs and you would eat just the patty because, you know, as a kid, as a teenage boy who was outgrowing his clothes very rapidly, you would try to eat two Big Macs. When you get about halfway through the second one, you're like, man, I can't do this. And, you know, so you eat just patty. That's what it reminded me. It took me right back to that. So if you think of it as a cheap fast food burger, you're good.
Speaking of McDonald's, I want to try the BTS.
The what?
So McDonald's has a BTS meal, which is a 10-piece spicy chicken nugget with 2 sauces from Korea, like 2 Korean sauces.
What's the
BTS is a
bacon sauce and tomato?
No. BTS is a Korean boy band.
Oh.
They fall under the category of K-pop, which is like Korean pop.
Korean pop.
They said, LOL, that's a vegan conflict of interest. Yes.
Yeah. It was one of those, it was just kind of funny because I just got my skillet out and I just painted on there. I did a little Bob Ross. There's a tree. There's a happy river. And then I dropped my patty in there and I went, no, that's funny.
Pickles commented on the Beyond Burgers, said that they are pretty good, but they are expensive, though. Yes.
I always catch them on sale. The ones I got, they were Plant Life or something like that. They were next to the Beyond Burger, but they were on sale for like $2.99 or something like that. So I said, well, I'll try them out. And they were really good. They had a lot of flavor to them. They were like spiced really well.
I don't like the cheese burgers.
They were spiced really well, so they were pretty good.
Tom's Food Factory said that they are expensive now. That he used to get the 2 patties for $5.99. Now they're $7.99, and for $3.50 you can get a real burger that's already made.
Right.
All right. Dutchie came in.
There's really like no health benefit in not eating plant-based, except for it's just not meat. I mean, the calories and all that stuff is all the same. So
Dutchie came in from Dutchie Cooking, and he said, bit late to the party. What's going on? We are making biscuits and sausage gravy.
Yeah, just be stopped.
What's up, brother Steve? He just had a birthday.
Happy birthday.
I don't know what anniversary of his 25th birthday he's celebrating, but so I had to explain that.
Obviously.
I had to explain that to somebody because they were like, "What are you talking about?" And I said, "Well, you know, when you turn 16, like you turn 13, like, well, let's go farther back. When you hit 10, that's double digits, it's a milestone. You hit 13, you're a teenager. Or 12, you're a preteen. 13, you're a teenager. 16, you can drive. 18, you can buy cigarettes. 21, you can buy booze.
Yeah, not
well, when we grew up.
Now you have to 21 to do it.
And then 21, you could buy booze. The next milestone was 25 when your insurance would drop, your car insurance. After that, there's nothing to celebrate until you retire.
Well, other than
Nobody really
birthday or
celebrates.
kids getting married.
Well, like a year milestone. You don't say, well, at 35, I'm married. You know, it's not like a year you get married. So
I mean, some people do that.
some
people
do,
pay
yes.
out every
So
like 5 years.
So we just take the milestone of when your car insurance drops, because that's what really matters at that point, and that's what you celebrate.
Dutchie also said that he needs to watch this and learn how to make biscuits and gravy as it's coming up as a Cast Iron Wednesday challenge.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. All right, so now I got my sausage browned.
Don't you need like milk or something?
I will. I'm gonna add about a tablespoon or so of flour. I know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm country. I don't have to use all tablespoon measurements.
And this is why he's
We
bad
don't
at
do
baking. This is why he doesn't bake.
Now you know. Now ask everybody else. When you get the big cereal, like it's not even a cereal spoon, it's the big spoon. That's a tablespoon. When you thin it out. When you have the regular cereal spoon, that's a teaspoon.
Yeah, right. But you don't thin it out.
Huh?
But you don't thin it out. You just heap and scoop and pour.
Exactly.
So I'm ballparking. It's a tablespoon and a half.
And there's a whole tablespoon that we used like not even 5 minutes ago for the flour.
Well, I told you I had one. But I just want to know. I want the actual thing is like equal parts of fat to flour ratio. But when you're doing sausage gravy, depending on the grade of sausage, depends on how much fat's in it. So you may need more flour. I know Mom's laughing because she's sitting right there.
No.
Dad lost the part to his fidget spinner.
Miss
All right, so
Cast Iron, Mike, he said, oh, well, my cereal spoon is a tablespoon. All of our spoons are big spoons. So I don't know.
well they are now because somehow our spoons go into the dishwasher, and the dishwasher eats our spoons. We had the problem where all our forks disappeared.
So you got new forks.
So I got new forks. I was at Sam's Club and I said, you know what? They're disappearing. We're just gonna do this. I bought a big pack for like $8. Heck with it. All right, so now all the grease is pulled up. Let's add some. I'm using almond milk. You know, you want to use your cream.
All right. Pickles, he wanted to comment on your measuring skills. And he said you can eyeball, with cooking, you can eyeball and go by feel. Baking, not so much.
Exactly.
I mean, technically you can in baking.
No.
Yes, you can.
No, baking is a science.
Yes, cooking is more of a project.
I mean, I never said it'd be good, but you could.
No. You see what happens on them ladies on the cupcake wars and stuff? Every time that they pour a little bit in their hand and dump it in, the judges ream them, and then they get nailed because you put in 7 grains of salt too much because they didn't measure.
I measured down on my cookies I made them.
Dutchie asked you a question, Dad. He said, has it got to be full fat milk?
It doesn't have to be. I'm using almond milk. I've done it with 1% milk. Heavy whipping cream is really good. It gives you a fuller flavor, and it'll thicken up really good. Almond milk and these lesser grade fat milks will, you just got to cook them a little longer to get them to thicken. You may need to add a little more flour.
Yeah. Okay. Rusty joined in.
What's up, Rusty?
He said, when did you finally get the car home last night? Well,
like 1.
About
it was
about
late.
We got the tow around like maybe middle of 12, And then,
Like 12:30.
Did you just say middle of 12?
yeah.
6.
It was
And
like 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah. And so we got home. And then, I don't know, my anxiety was really high when they were putting it in the driveway and just, because, I don't know if you've ever, like, had your car, like, on a tow or, like, seen them take it off, but they'll
Oh.
lower it and your car will just fall. Wine Grilling, he said, I try eyeballing things all the time, and good morning. Good morning, Wine Grilling.
My problem is when I like to make sugar cookies late at night, so Dad has something when he gets home to base his sugar.
Yeah.
Great things, right?
That's this lady flipped.
I probably but I followed the recipe to a T because every time I make these cookies, they always like come like an inch high and just look really bad. And I don't know why. But it is. Everyone likes them, everyone eats them.
Pickle said, I like a good amount of black pepper in my sausage gravy.
Yep, I just refilled my Darth Vader pepper grinder, or pepper shaker.
All right, Cooking with Stephen and Jacqueline said measuring in baking is true, but my grandmother's never used measuring spoons. LOL. Yeah.
Well, and like our grandmothers, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but when they made something, they made it like all the time. Like.
Did our grandmothers ever do something like that?
Like so my one grandma, my dad's mom, she never wrote nothing down.
Grandma Jean?
No, grandpa's mom, Grandma Kate.
Huh.
She never wrote nothing down. She had it in her head. And it took my aunts forever to get her to write stuff down. Because she just measure, and dump it in by hand.
Was that just because that's what she grew up with?
Mm-hmm.
Or was that just because she didn't want people to know?
Well, when she made bread or doughs, that's how she did it. She'd done it so much that she just said, in a little file in her head, pie crust. This is what you do. And this is, the eyeball, how much it goes in there.
That was not a good idea.
Yeah, that was hot.
Pete, Dad's over here describing it. He used this spatula that he's been using on this, and it got on his hand.
Great. Dutchy Cooking said soaking up this knowledge from you guys, as I've never made this before. So
Yep.
Yeah,
So Dutchy,
it's pretty easy.
The key is I'm on the propane burner, so I got it on low, and I'm just doing it real gentle, and I just keep it moving so it doesn't sit on the bottom and burn, because one little burn spot ruined the whole batch.
Pete, you know what guess what? So, as what Peyton said earlier, how we went to this park locally, we were playing volleyball. My arm is sore.
Really?
Yes, and the side of my neck. Don't know why, but it is.
I'm feeling pretty good.
We are also Jello.
How's your biscuits?
Some of them
They finally need to come on.
Some of them are crispy. Some of them are not.
Okay, so the E series will biscuit.
But do they dry it out?
But these look kind of dry and crumbly.
They do.
Okay.
It's hot.
That was before the flip. After the flip.
Wow.
Okay.
Not quite a hockey puck.
I mean, it could be. If you're paying like.
So for everyone watching, how's y'all's week been going? Have you guys had anything like major happen or anything like that? If you want to share, go ahead.
More eggs?
No.
Pickles.
Pete, would you like an egg?
Sure.
Mom, would you like an egg?
She's not by me.
Oh, look.
Pickles said I have to watch my videos to estimate the measurements from the description box. Yes.
I like doing what old Kent Rollins does. He says, "Oh, that's about that much."
Yes.
The right amount.
Julie said anything that needs baking soda, baking powder, or yeast is a good practice to measure. Yes.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like 1 egg or 2?
2.
Just cook what's in there.
Dutchie, he said that's what we would call a scone here in the UK. I do actually like scones. I really
And I got to thinking about that the other day because working 12 hours, man, we get to thinking a lot. And you go somewhere else, and what we call a biscuit is a cookie somewhere else, and then like he just said, it's a scone over there. It's just odd.
So my best friend, we were at her house 2 nights ago, just having a conversation with her mom on the kitchen floor, and we were eating this scone that my best friend's grandmother made and brought over. It was so good, so messy, but so good.
Pickles asking to clarify that a biscuit is a cookie.
Biscuit is a cookie.
I believe it is in the UK. Maybe not. I'm not sure. But Dutchie said eggs are eggs in the UK, so that's good.
Well, there we go.
I'm glad you guys didn't have that backwards.
But Dutchie, when you're using like a full fat milk or 2% milk in your gravy, it'll thicken a lot faster. And I added more almond milk. It's taking a little bit longer because it's got to basically cook out the water in it to make it thicken. So I added some more to it to kind of thicken up some more. But what you want to do is when you pull your spoon this way, it'll separate, and you'll see the bottom of the skillet. So I was getting close, but my gravy to sausage ratio was a little off for what I want. So that's why I added more almond milk. And if you use almond milk, make sure you get the unsweetened, because a sweet gravy is not always pleasant.
No.
Tommy.
Pickles having a smart mouth. He said eggs are cackleberries, Dutchie.
That is true. Rooster bullets or cackleberries. Oh. Whoa, you got it up too high.
350?
Well, it's still hot from. Well, I guess we're having scrambled eggs.
Hope you didn't want to be easy.
That is the first. I don't want to call it a fail on the E-Series. That's the first time I've had anything stick on it.
Flying Gremlin said that I love some cat head biscuits. Julie Gilpin, said Cubs, do you know what curds are and where they are? Little Miss Muffet did.
They're on the side of the road.
Curds, not curds.
Oh, I heard curds. I was like, they're on the side of the road.
Like cheese curds.
Those are so good.
The curb is on the side of the road. That's funny.
What she said.
She said that biscuits is a different texture than cookies. Biscuits are done more dense to break with a snap, where cookies are more of a soft dough.
What if I do this one?
Drop it down some more.
So.
Yeah, now I think was it the vanilla wafers? Those wafer cookies is what they call biscuits.
Yeah.
I've heard those called biscuits.
So what do you have going on this week, Dad?
Well, I was gonna shoot a couple videos today. I was thinking the other day, so our challenge for Cast Iron Wednesday.
I'm being the hibachi people.
So our challenge for Cast Iron Wednesday is breaded meats. And given the fact that I've noticed a lot of my most popular view in the last month or so was my cabbage steak video. So I was like, well, let me try a chicken fried mushroom. So ironically, this guy just posted it yesterday with the Wicked Kitchen.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, he's using some sort of, I don't know, high-end mushroom. And I was like, well, I'm going to use a portobello. And I'm going to grill it off. And then let it cool completely. That way all the moisture's out of it. And I get that good grill flavor. And then I'm going to chicken fry it in a skillet with some oil. And then I'll probably make some sort of gravy. I was going to do that, but it sounds like I'm going to be going to the auto parts store, getting a thermostat, and working on the car today.
Dutchie said not going vegan or veggie on us, are you, Bear? No, he is not. Big man likes his bacon.
No, what I'm finding though is there is, and this was partly because of my cousin. There is a desire. There's actually people that want to see vegetables cooked differently than the traditional. So, you know, I've been kind of throwing some stuff out there. One, it gets us to eat better, and two, it, you know, it gives other people kind of what they want.
Okay. Mrs. Cast Iron said sweet gravy is only good when it's chocolate gravy. Yes.
I have never made a chocolate gravy. Something about that, I just don't know.
It sounds morally wrong.
Okay, so whenever Blind Grilling was talking about cat heads, the cat head biscuits, I asked him what it was, and he said that cat heads are hand dropped, though that's spread out and rise really big, and it's great for chicken and biscuit sandwiches, tenderloin sandwiches, or just a good old fashioned southern biscuit and gravy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, instead of cutting them out, you just kind of tear it off and drop it in there, kind of like a drop biscuit.
Oh, okay. Pickle
So
says
like the
I
ones
love my veggies.
The ones that I made yesterday could have been considered cat head.
Okay. But Pickle said that I love my veggies. I love my veggies too. I eat all the veggies.
And Dutchie, I did get a pound of bacon yesterday.
Mr. Cast Iron said I once added powdered sugar to my gravy by mistake and it never thickened up.
That's kind of funny.
That is funny. Well, you made a mess out of that. All right, so that's the first. I think her griddle was way too hot when she put the eggs on.
Yeah. That she said no cooking for me today. It's raining and going out later for my father and mine's birthday meal. Awesome. Tell him I said happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yep, happy birthday all around.
Yep. Hope you guys have a good day. Enjoy your meal. Party it up.
Get to the club. This club.
Yeah, so we was at the gas station last night. You know, it's like midnight, right? And
12:30 to be exact.
we were at the gas station because we were waiting on the tow truck, and all of a sudden, 4 young ladies come up to me and say, "Hey, take us to the gas station, please. We got to pee." Because we've been sitting there for like 3.5, 4 hours. So we run down to the gas station, and I'm telling you what, if you want to see some weird stuff, come on down our way. Go to a QT at midnight. This line was 35 people deep. One man at the register doing what he can. Lady's digging out change out of her purse to try to find 45 cents. I mean, she's emptying her purse. The other lady that's with her is doing the same thing. So that line's not moving. Well, then the other lady, this older lady, she's buying a Four Loko Gold. She's about yay tall, and I mean, the man tells her how much it is. She pulls her shirt out like this, doesn't even dip in, goes all the way under. I was like, holy cow. Yeah. So when I get up there, I got a couple sodas and some chili cheese Fritos. And I tell the guys, don't worry, man, I'm not pulling anything out anywhere that shouldn't be. He goes, it wasn't the fact that it was just right there. He goes, it was underneath and it was crumbled up. So he had to uncrumble it, and he goes, that's the bad part.
Yeah. But I don't know. We got the friend's mom that was with us. Bless her heart, she stayed there the whole time with us. She was like, "Hey, while you guys were sitting here, you guys want some Girl Scout cookies? I have some in the car." So we snacked on them. Brian Grilland said, "Gotta go. I get to go to church this morning and visit with some other friends. Y'all have a great day. You too. Have a
Awesome.
good day."
We got service coming up here in a little while. We're going to watch online.
Yep.
All right, Dutchie. I know you can't see this quite yet. Maybe Cub can bring it in.
Hello, roller coaster warning.
So I had a lot of.
That just looks really white.
I had a lot of liquid in there because of what I was doing. I had a little bit more flour. Now I'm using this paleo flour. Where's that? This paleo flour. We bought this a while back, and it's gluten free, so that's what I'm trying to stick with the semi gluten free stuff. But if you can see that, we got the bubbles coming up, so all the moisture's coming out, and this is getting really thick. See, we're getting close. See that?
Yep.
One of the girls who Dad took to the gas station texted me and was like, "Please tell him I said thank you."
Oh, you're welcome. Are they watching? Oh, awesome. Which one is this? Give them a shout out.
Crystal.
Morning, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
Peyton, she's kind of mad that we're not there.
Look, okay. Look.
So they were supposed to have a sleepover, and after the whole after our evening kind of side shifted, we kind of said, no, you guys are going to have a hard enough time getting me out of bed the way it is.
Very much. I did not want to get up.
So
Wanted to sleep, and I couldn't sleep. That looks disgusting.
yes.
Mama T, Miss Cast Iron. She said, "Mr. Cast Iron tried to make me eat that powdered sugar gravy."
Ew!
Did
That's gross.
you tell him to make you some shortbread? That way you could have some strawberries.
Dutchie also said,
Make a dessert gravy.
Dutchie said, "Bear is definitely moving over to the dark side. Veggies and gluten-free flour." See, he gets on this little kick, right, Dutch? And so he'll get on the kick, and then maybe a week will go by, and he'll be like, "You know what sounds really good?" Bam. And then we're off it for like a month and a half. But it works. It works.
We gotta experiment. You gotta keep it, you gotta keep the ladies in the house feeling healthy. Because if they don't feel good and they're feeling bloated and they're feeling like, bah, it makes it hard on me. So if I can make them, eat something that makes them.
Because you live with 4 balls all the time?
Yes.
Wait. Hold up. You gotta
Um,
hit the other side, y'all. See, whenever Dad gets on this kick and he doesn't have the right measurement because he doesn't measure or something, he'll just be like, And you won't say anything.
He huffs.
Well, or what happens is like this box of gluten-free all-purpose mix, whatever, was like $5. And I was like, I'm just going to get self-rising flour, and they're just going to deal with it.
So technically,
because it's like
it's
I
better
don't
to be
know,
unhealthy.
small little things like $1.50 or whatever. Mama said no. And I was like, well, then I guess I'm spending $5.
Well, it's also a lot harder to go super, super healthy. So don't, we just kind of work with what we got.
Yeah, it's harder, and
we do what we can.
But
I love that.
What's encouraging though is it's healthier for us, and we're finding, I'm finding some more people are wanting veggie stuff, so something different.
Julie said, "Happy ladies is no Hades. Tell me about it. I live with a sister and a mama. I understand Dad's view."
A word of advice for every man out there that has a young lady that is going into her teens up until she moves out. Up until she moves out. Make sure you have Hershey Kisses or M&M's around. The fun size M&M's. Because I'm telling you what, when they start giving you sass, you give them 2 Hershey Kisses or a fun size M&M, and that changes their whole mood. The next you go take off, you come back, they're in a whole different mood. There's something in that chocolate. I don't know what it is, but there's something in that, and it will make you a happy man.
Well, it also makes us happy because we got free candy after acting sassy.
Peyton.
Yeah.
I don't know if I told you, but I'm telling you now, and everybody on this. So, my best friend invited me to go to her youth group one night. So every Wednesday I've been going over there, right? It's like a couple months now. One of the leaders, the youth group leader, his name is Shane. He always gets on me because he asks me, "What did y'all cook this weekend?" So I pull out my phone and I show him. He always goes, "And you didn't bring me any?" So I told him on Wednesday that I was going to bring him some, and I brought him some pumpkin spice pulled pork. He absolutely loved it. But yeah.
Now,
right, we have someone just passing by. Barbecue catering info by SCS Barbecue.
That's my brother Dash. How you doing, brother?
He said, "Wanted to say hey to y'all and have a great day." Have a great day to you too.
Yep, Dash is the guy that I watch Wednesday nights when I'm getting ready for work. Unfortunately, I've been going in early the last couple weeks, so I haven't been able to chime in. The old work schedule's changing, so.
Julie also said, "Chocolate to a woman is like surf and turf to a man." So
Steak and beer to a man is like chocolate to a woman. I'm telling you.
Look,
if a man's in a bad mood, you put steak and beer, boom.
Chocolate to a woman is your brownies, Dad. Is your brownies.
Now, don't knock my brownies.
I didn't knock your brownies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
The brownies are like the best food ever.
I never said they weren't.
Do I need to go into all that? Do I need to explain?
I don't need to. I know how good brownies are, Dad.
So those who don't know, brownies are the ultimate comfort junk food in the world. And you say, what do you mean? Well, because when you eat like 5 cookies, you're like, man, I shouldn't have had that other cookie. When you eat cake, you're like, man, I shouldn't have had that big a piece of cake. Going right to my hips. Shouldn't have had that second cupcake. Right? Because of all the frosting, all that stuff. Nobody ever complains about eating too big a piece of brownie. They never say, I shouldn't have had that brownie on that ice cream. They never say, I shouldn't have had a brownie after dinner.
No, probably
They
you
never
do,
say
you know.
that I ate half a pan of brownies, and I feel pretty damn proud.
Well, yes, but
It
then
never goes to your hips, never goes to your thighs. It doesn't do anything. Like,
but it hits your blood sugar, and then mom goes, "You shouldn't have had that." Yeah, I guess you're right.
but that's only when it hits the sugar. So you got to say, okay, I'm having brownies. I'm not eating anything else. Okay, you want to bring it in for me?
Oh my goodness.
Now, Dutchie, it won't take this long if you're using a full fat milk or a regular milk. But this is what I'm looking for. See that? That's where it's getting good. Now it's in cast iron, so the heat's gonna retain some heat, and she's getting thick.
All right. Dash, he said, "I'm good, man. Thanks for watching. I totally understand."
Yep, and in maybe a month or so, I should be on a whole different shift. So I have to catch the replays, but all right. So let's close off our gas. We're going to continue to let this go because we're real close. Real close.
Julie said, brownies. Pickles said, only if it is complemented by ice cream. And
well, now, and that's the other thing. Ice cream. People will say, I shouldn't have had that big of that triple dip. I should have had it, say, double dip. So you can cuss every other, junk food. Except for brownies. Nobody cusses a brownie. And if you are in the worst absolute mood, you eat a brownie, your whole day is so much better. I mean, it just
all right.
all of it puts a smile on my face.
I get it. You're right, Dad.
It does, doesn't it?
Julie said mint chocolate chip brownies. Hot fudge sundae.
Dad doesn't like mint.
I don't like mint.
He's weird. Barbecue Catering said, who else wants brownies now? Well, Dad has been wanting brownies since yesterday at 9. Yeah. So
let's say that when I got back to the car last night, the police man actually asked me. He said, "Did you get your brownies?" Because they said I was going to QT to get brownies, and he was like, "Did you get the cosmic one? You know, with the little sprinkles on top?" And I was like, "Man, how did you know?" And I didn't. I was going to, but the line was so long, and I was on the other side. But it was pretty cool though.
Yeah.
We made friends feet because we were stepping in the line.
All right, bring it in so I can show Dutch. All right, Steve, this is what you've been looking for. So I cut the heat off. She's starting to cool down. Look at that. There we go. Now you don't have to have it as this thick. It's up to you. But that's the thickness you want. If you want more gravy to sausage ratio, which we like a lot of sausage, just add more milk.
All right, Dutchie said that he put us on his big screen to see all of it. And Stephen and Jacqueline said brownies and salted caramel.
Oh, now that sounds like some good stuff.
Do you, Peyton?
Yes.
Is there a certain flavor of the cake I should try to make today gluten-free?
I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions, drop them and because Noli has no idea. Miss Cast Iron said, I enjoy listening to y'all so much. Lee, you're so smart with the candy. Such great family time. Yes, it is really great family time.
We're going to take one of these. I'm going to bring it in there. Let's do our plating. So we're going to take our biscuits. They got a little overdone on the one side. That E-Series, I don't recommend biscuits on it, but we did it. It will do it. We're just going to cut this in half.
Oh, I thought you were going to fill it in that little hole like donut.
All right. Mr. Cast Iron says, I got to bounce. Pete, you do a great job. Lee, take it easy. Thank you. And Julie said, Pete, just call me Jules. All my friends do. I will.
Yeah, Pete.
Okay, so look at it. This is the inside of one of the biscuits.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Want to try a piece?
No.
Yep.
Pickle said, maybe take Mike's powdered sugar gravy and throw it on a brownie. Huh.
You like the way you're thinking, Pickles. All right, so I got the biscuits cut in half. Just a ladle that sausage goodness.
Yes, he is using a metal spoon, but he's not digging at it.
Well, these people probably know by now that how I feel about that.
Well, I'm just putting it out there.
Now my sausage to gravy ratio is not. It is sausage heavy. That's just the way we like it. You can make yours more gravy. Get a bigger skillet, and you're good to go.
Yep.
And yeah, I know. I just put about a third pound of sausage on it. All right, Cub. Let's get you a thumbnail, and
This is how I do this.
we'll get this into.
Please
Hey.
hand over the desired thumbnail.
All right.
Barbecue. I believe
I'm gonna go ahead and plate up another one.
that. He said, powdered sugar gravy, go on. So Mike was telling us that he was making gravy and he accidentally put powdered sugar in it and it never had thickened up. So that's what we were talking about. Pickle said, man, that looks so good. Bear.
Thank you. We were down at we were on vacation. I got stuff to make sausage gravy, and one of the other ladies down there was like, "That's what I make. What are you doing?" So I was like, "That's fine. You know, we just got stuff where we were out, whatever." And so I go over to see where they're at in their gravy. Well, she was on a business call, and the guy that was doing over there, kind of in charge of the frying bacon, really. The gravy was already made. It was just sitting there. And he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I was like, oh, you're good, you know. Look over, that gravy was thick. So we poured in a little bacon grease, add a little more milk to thin it out some. Boy, a little more black pepper. And he said, how did you do that? Like, we didn't measure nothing. We just go by eye, you know. You go until your ancestors and like the voices in your head, which is the ancestors telling you, whoa, stop.
Yeah.
I do that a lot. That's a lot of my cooking.
Jules
But anyway, so
said,
my man there learned how to do gravy, and I've been wanting to do a video on actually step by step on kind of how to do it.
Continue, Pete.
Jules said, build this. Mint chocolate chip brownies still warm. A scoop of vanilla ice cream or mint chocolate chip ice cream or peppermint ice cream. Hot fudge, whipped cream, and chocolate sprinkles.
Well, you just made my wife happy.
Pickle said, in the competition of Bear vs. Bear, did he win? We didn't do a competition this week. We're going to do it next week.
And would you like? No. And the reason why, did not have the energy for that.
Okay.
Yeah, they were going back and forth whether they wanted to last night, and then after everything happened, they said, you know what, we're just going to flat out cook. Cub was kind of like she wasn't feeling challenge worthy.
No,
yesterday,
I
so
could have beat you still. I was just too tired.
and then she said, well, I want to take on the old man, but y'all got to take it easy on her, she said.
I said we did say that, and they're
Septi said, being from the UK, I'm still not getting this biscuit and gravy thing. Is a sweet breakfast dish? No, so it's actually more savory because a biscuit doesn't have all that sugar, it has a bunch of flour. And then the gravy doesn't have a lot of sugar, it has more fat. So you can add like pepper. So you have gravy with sausage, and then basically like a 2-3 ingredient biscuit.
All right. Well, Peggy, you got yours?
Yep.
Doug, you want to do a taste test? No? You're not a big fan of biscuits and gravy. She's not. I am.
Unless it's gravy.
So, gluten-free, almond milk, biscuits and gravy. Let me get in the shot. Cheers. That sausage is real savory. Man. And then you get that biscuit flavor. That's good. I like it. It'll work.
All right. So just finishing off a few of these comments. Pickle said, imagine the gravy as a roux with milk, sausage, and spices.
Pretty much that's all it is a roux. When you add cheese to it, then it becomes a bechamel.
Bechamel, that sounds like a...
So,
Becky said that he's going to have to try this out. Yeah, go ahead. Dad,
it's not hard.
He said like beans and toast, but the meat added to the beans. All right.
I will say one thing. Are you ready? Did you all know that the guy who plays David in Friends, not the guy who plays Ross, but the actual character David in Friends, he's also the guy who plays Gargamel in Smurfs? I thought that was very interesting. I should share.
Jules also said, and crumpets, not the UK, aka, or not the UK biscuits, aka cookies. True. And Pickles said that the fat for the roux comes from the sausage and essentially a scone. Yeah, pretty much. And then Jules' last comment today is Jules, and she said English muffin, biscuits, or toast. English muffin.
I'm a biscuit guy.
English muffin.
If the muffin has raisins or blueberries, I choose that.
All right. Very good, Dad. Thank you. Hope everyone had their morning cup of coffee. Have everyone had a good morning. Enjoy your guys' Sunday. And Dad?
All right, everybody, that's all we got. Get out there and try something different. And remember, there's 2 rules on cooking. Did it taste good? Did you have fun? Rock on. You guys are awesome.